Morning. Gone back to acrylic today. I've just primed this piece of Archer's watercolour paper. I think it was feels like £200. Anyway, I've primed it with some burnt sienna, diluted, so it should be fairly waterproof now. It's sort of, you can just about see the outline of a previous demonstration. But if I don't like them, when I've done them and I look at them, then I'll use them and do this with them, as you know. And when I finish, and it's dry, I'll prime the other side as well to seal it, keep it nice and flat. Abstract landscape. Well, I don't know what I'm talking about half the time. I've had no formal training, and I just sort of make it up as I go along. But abstracting, it's putting things into a landscape that you like and overemphasising them, I suppose. But first and foremost, with these acrylics, you just have fun with them. Just enjoy the painting process. Don't try to copy anything. Don't try, well, my advice anyway, don't try to copy nature. Try to involve yourself in it and paint what you want. And if you like reds, then paint them red. But my own particular favourite, if I have one, is a greyish sky with a bit of light and heavy green trees made with black and yellow. That's it in a nutshell. But just invent, just. So that's what I like. So a big wedge of trees. There's an Irish painter that did this. Very, very plain, but beautifully simple. Said everything. You don't need to put every blade of grass and every. Well, you can, of course, if that's what you want to do with your paint, your brushes. It's just what I do, and I don't have a method because I change my method every time I paint. But it's our paint. We do what we like with it. I just hope you enjoy the process. So I'm going to mix up some, like in my palette, I've got some cadmium yellow, yellow ochre, crimson red, cadmium red, ultramarine, some burnt sienna, which I use for the primer, some burnt umber, some black, and some viridian. So, having said what I said, let's mix up lump of yellow and a bit of black. And just put it in, and we can mix some red with it. So let's go down the hill and up again. I love the work of Jackie Gardner. If you have a look, she's sort of paints abstract, but some of her stuff is so beautiful. It makes you want to do it, but the thing is to do your own thing. We learn by copying, and we develop our own language. Right, okay, so that's a start. Let's go to. So add some texture there, a little bit of these greens. Right, okay, put that in there. My water, sip of tea. Now we'll put a bit of landscape in. So a bit of yellow ochre, I think, a bit of sienna, and we'll just going downhill. Bit of black in there. I'm going to put in some red, I think, some red with some orange. I've got nothing in my mind. I'm just letting the paint do the talking, really. I like the reds because they react with the greens. So this is all, it's abstract expressionism, I suppose, with the difference that I've got a theme of landscape. I'm going to use a bit of that viridian. Let's get some nice bright greens in there. Lovely thick, slurred on, bit of Howard Hodgkin. Right, well that's sort of bit of crimson in there. Got that blacky sort of bush in here. How's that looking? Well, not sure about that light spot there. Let's take that out. Put a red ochre note back there. Right, now we'll do some sky. Now that's dry there, so we can paint down to that. Might put some more in here, but so a lot of white, bit of ochre, bit of umber. This brush is just a little bit, it's good for watercolour. The bristles are a little bit thin on it, thick, shall I say, and stiff and split, so it does other things. Right, let's just get that burnt umber in there. I can even use a palette knife, which I love. But let's just get some paint on there, just cover it and go down to the landscape or to the trees. And I used to always superimpose the landscape on the sky, but I learned that there's more impact if you paint down to the landscape. I was watching a marvellous programme on catch-up TV yesterday. It was BBC 4. Much as I dislike some of the stuff on BBC, the politics, they make some fabulous documentaries, and this one was on Australian art and the effect of the Australian outback on convicts and so on, how it developed the Aboriginals, and it was absolutely marvellous. It's still on. It was probably aired over the weekend. If you get a chance, have a look at it. Quite brilliant. It's a lovely impressionist art from the early parts of the 20th century. Oh, just soften around the edge there, and we can develop these trees. Now it's a little bit of shadow. Oops, what have we got there? It needs to be darker, I think. Just some clouds wafted across. Bit of black I think in there. I'm really loading the paint on here. Most of this is the Wilkinson's cheap stuff and it's very good because you don't count the cost, so you use a lot of it. Right, now we want some of that light coming through now into the into this foreground or middle distance. Right, okay, go back to the my tree brush. And then we'll do more with that tree now. Put some more of that yellow. And we'll add we'll add a bit of detail to that. I'm quite happy with that. Where that's going. It's, all I had in mind was this wodge of trees. This yellow is quite expensive, it's an artist quality, it's a Winsor Newton Galleria. Lovely, lovely stuff, but expensive. Right, let's use a bit of burnt sienna and a bit of black and a bit of that yellow. I want some of that yellow to show through. Black. Some red with orange. Sort of awesome colour now. Don't know why, I just like mixing it. More black in that. Not entirely black. Just find another brush, just want to bring maybe just, oh well, let's use that black brush again. Gone. Don't forget to keep your brushes really clean, because once this acrylic dries, I'm going to just bring that tree line down a bit and just a bit of light behind there. Just enhance that. Right, back to the dark colour. Right, well that's interesting is all I can say there. I'll put a bit of light around here I think. Break up the monotony of that line. So a bit of yellow, a bit of red, a bit of ochre, just a light colourless. Right, okay, so I'm going to, if I can, I'll put that in a mount, but I'm going to give it a try. Bear with me, block your ears or fast forward. Ready, go. I've just really dried the edges so that I can put a mount on without getting too much of the paint on the back of the mount. So let's just across there, take those off, a little bit in the corner. See, doing this sort of thing, it helps you to free up from detail, from getting away from tight painting. And I know a lot of you struggle with that aspect of painting. And some of the best things the best things I've ever seen have been the simple statements that leave plenty for the imagination to interpret, rather than this is a tree, this is a blade of grass. What would be a good mount for that? Let's try that. There's that. Right, I'll put a couple of clips on it. So we'll let that go because if it slips down, I'll smudge it. Right, I'll just get a bit of a tape on the bottom, then we'll have a look at it. Well, there we are, we've got quite an attractive piece of art. That's all it is. I'm not going to make out that it's a masterpiece or anything. It's a landscape. It's got plenty of colour in it, loads of colour in it. Plenty of red to complement the greens. And what will happen, when that dries, it will dry matte. So I will put a coat of PVA, diluted PVA glue varnish, what I call varnish, over it. I'll sign it when I'm off screen, and hope you enjoyed that. Thanks for. The one thing I probably could do is just change that shape there. That's just a little bit annoying. So I'll just clean up that. Just make it a better tree shape, catching the light. I do. Right, okay, so there's our abstract landscape. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you soon. Well, you can go in and have a look at it. Go on, I'll treat you to a zoom. You can see how thick that paint is. And painting down to the landscape. Don't worry about filling every hole to cover the burnt sienna. I like seeing a bit of ground colour showing through. Let's go down here. It's just having fun with colour. Not worrying about what it's going to look like, whether it's right or wrong. It's an abstract painting. Well, I'm quite pleased with it anyway. Let us know what you think. Please leave comments. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.